You are looking at one of the most successful creatures that has ever lived on this planet, and the truly remarkable thing about it is not its size or its strength or even its ferocity, but the fact that it has remained almost completely unchanged for over 200 million years, while everything around it has been born, evolved, and erased from existence entirely. While the dinosaurs rose to dominate every corner of the Earth and then collapsed in a single catastrophic moment, while entire ecosystems were rebuilt from nothing, while the continents themselves drifted apart and the oceans rearranged themselves, the crocodile simply sat at the water's edge and waited. And in doing so, it outlasted nearly every other creature that has ever shared this planet with it. The first thing that makes a crocodile extraordinary is the way it uses stillness as a weapon, because a crocodile in the water looks like nothing at all, just a floating log, a shadow beneath the surface, something your brain dismisses as irrelevant. And that is precisely the point, because while you are deciding it is harmless, the crocodile is reading every ripple in the water, every vibration in the ground, every shift in light and shadow, processing information through sensory systems so refined that researchers are still struggling to fully understand them. And then in 0.04 seconds, faster than your eye can register, faster than your brain can even begin to process what is happening, it strikes with a bite force of up to 16,000 newtons, which is more than 4 times the bite force of a great white shark and nearly 10 times that of a lion. A force so absolute that nothing caught between those jaws has any realistic chance of escape. But what makes that bite even more fascinating is that the jaw muscles work almost entirely in one direction, meaning those jaws close with terrifying power but open with almost none. So you could theoretically hold a crocodile's mouth shut with a rubber band, and yet once closed, nothing on Earth can pull them apart, which is a perfect example of evolutionary efficiency, finding exactly the configuration that works and eliminating everything unnecessary around it. The second remarkable thing is what lives inside crocodile blood, because crocodiles routinely fight each other in water that is essentially a bacterial soup. They bite through bone and then submerge themselves in environments that would cause catastrophic infection in almost any other animal, and yet they rarely get seriously sick, because their blood contains a class of proteins called antimicrobial peptides that destroy pathogens with an effectiveness that has genuinely shocked modern medical researchers. And scientists at Louisiana State University discovered that crocodile blood serum was effective against multiple strains of antibiotic-resistant bacteria that current medicine has no reliable answer for, meaning the creature that survived the extinction of the dinosaurs might also hold the key to one of the most dangerous medical crises facing humans today. The third thing that surprises almost everyone is how intelligent crocodiles actually are, because the popular image of a crocodile is a mindless ambush predator running entirely on instinct, but the reality is significantly more complex. Researchers Vladimir Dinetz, John Brugan, and John Carr documented crocodiles and alligators balancing sticks on their snouts during bird nesting season, specifically because birds are searching for sticks to build nests, which means a reptile with a brain smaller than your fist had independently figured out how to use bait as a tool, a behavior that requires planning, observation, and an understanding of another animal's needs that we would consider impressive in a mammal. And beyond tool use, crocodiles produce at least 20 distinct vocalizations. Mother crocodiles respond to the calls of their eggs before they even hatch, and carry their young carefully in the same jaws that can crush bone. And there is documented evidence of crocodiles from different species gathering cooperatively around fish runs in a way that suggests some level of coordinated group behavior. But perhaps the most extraordinary thing about the crocodile is not any single feature, but the combination of all of them working together as a unified system, because the crocodile does not need to be the fastest animal in the world when it can wait for hours without moving and then be faster than your eye in the moment that matters. And it does not need the thickest armor in the world when its immune system can handle almost any wound. And it does not need to eat every day when it can slow its metabolism to near zero and survive for over a year on a single meal, waiting in patience for the right moment rather than exhausting itself chasing abundance that may never come. And this is the quality that allowed it to survive the asteroid impact 66 million years ago that ended the Cretaceous period and eliminated 75% of all species on Earth, including every non-avian dinosaur. Because while those creatures needed a world of abundance to sustain their size and their metabolism, the crocodile simply sank beneath the water, slowed its heart to almost nothing, and waited for the world to rebuild itself. And when it did, the crocodile was still there. Evolution looked at this animal 200 million years ago and apparently decided there was nothing left to improve, which is not a small thing when you consider that evolution is a process of constant, relentless change, driven by the pressure of a world that never stops shifting. And the fact that the crocodile has remained essentially untouched by that process for longer than the dinosaurs even existed tells you something profound about what genuine perfection in nature actually looks like. It does not look like the biggest or the loudest or the most dramatic thing in the room. It looks like something sitting perfectly still at the water's edge, waiting, with absolute confidence that its moment will come.